Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. We're so glad that you're on with us today as we are praying together, as we do as a launch team every single Sunday. But just before we pray, and like we say every Sunday, and this is important for us to say every Sunday, you can, of course, Elena is here. She's right there on her computer, monitoring the chat. And if you have a prayer request that maybe you don't feel comfortable sharing with the entire group, that's certainly fine. You can private message them to her or even to myself. But what we're attempting to do here is build a community of faith, a community of believers where we can share with each other. Romans 12:15 says, rejoice with those who rejoice, weep with those who weep. And it's important to us as we're building this community of faith, this community of believers. One of the things that we got to do is pray for each other. Put your prayer requests in the chat. Let us all look at it so we can all know what each other's praying for. We can all, check up on each other and say, hey, I saw that you were praying for this. Maybe there's a way I can help. Maybe here's something that here's a resource that I know. And so that's important for us. Today I want to talk about, just before we pray, so I said all of that to say, drop your prayers in the chat box if you would. I want to talk about potential. We see an interesting encounter between Jesus and Peter in the New Testament. And here's what Jesus says to Peter. I'm not going to put it up, but he says, Peter, Satan has desired not to kill you, not to take your life, not to destroy you. He says, Satan, the enemy, has desired to have you for himself. And this is because when you have potential, when there's the potential for greatness on your life, everyone can recognize it, even the enemy. Even the enemy can recognize your potential. And so for many of us who might find ourselves in a challenging season, who might find ourselves in a hard season, in a season of, it feels like I'm under attack. This is because even the enemy can recognize the potential that you have on your life. Even the enemy knows that there's greatness on the inside of you. And so the enemy says, wait, I don't necessarily want to kill it. I want to use it for myself. And what does the enemy using your potential for himself look like? It looks like me using my potential for myself. Because what Jesus says to Peter is, the enemy has desired to have you so that he can sift you as wheat. But then Jesus says, but I've prayed for you. And then Jesus says this. He says, and after you've been strengthened, strengthen your brothers. Jesus says the potential that's on the inside of you, that even the enemy can recognize, that even people who don't like you can recognize, that even people who are hoping that you fail don't recognize. It's not for you. God has put nothing in us for us. What God has put in us, the potential for greatness, has nothing to do with us just getting to sit down and say how great we are. It has everything to do with how we use what God has placed in us for the benefit of our brothers and sisters. Potential. And I say this all the time, y'all. Church is, in my opinion, the greatest developer of potential. Being able to use the gifts that God has placed on the inside of you to bring joy and hope and light to somebody else is literally what it means to have a life full of not just potential, but of actual power. This is what God is requiring of us. This is what God is requiring of empowerment. Not that we just try to hoard and get all the people for ourselves and this is what I want for me. And no, we're not building a church. We are building the kingdom. You are not building for yourself. You are building so that you can help somebody else along the way. I want to pray for the thing that God has placed on the inside of you that is meant to affect the world, that is meant to have an impact on your community, that is meant to help the next generation even get to the next level. All of us have been given something to do and have been given a gifting, a potential on the inside of us to make it happen. And so I'm praying. So if you could, and of course, please drop your prayer requests, drop your family requests, drop your children and your healing requests. But what I want to pray for is the thing that God has given you to do. Now listen, and we're getting ready to pray. Listen, some of us might not know what that thing is, and that's okay. Some of us have no idea what that thing is. And listen, that is okay. Because I believe part of my assignment as the pastor of this church and Elena as the pastor of this church is to help develop your potential so that you can identify your purpose. Absolutely. But if you know, hey, this is what I know, I'm called to pastor this church. I know it. If you're like, I know what it is, I want you to drop it. I want to pray that your faith not fail, because that's what Jesus prayed for Peter. He said, the enemy has desired to have you, that he might sift you as wheat. But then Jesus said, I have prayed for you, that your faith won't fail. Y'all, there's potential. There's potential for Empowerment Church to be just an amazing church. There's potential for you to be a world changer and a world shaker. There's potential for us to do so many great and marvelous things for God. I'm praying that as we're in the midst of having our potential even developed, yes, that our faith would not fail.
Prayer is done. Torrey just left. He's going to fellowship at another church. So now I need to clean up. As you can see, my kids have been down here. They were down here all day yesterday. Saturday is a family day. It's a day that we lounge around the house and relax and just spend time together. So many times on a Sunday morning, the house will look like this, and I do have to clean it up. So I'm about to do that, then get some coffee, plan out the rest of my day, and I know I definitely have to do some filming before I do this house blessing later on. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, front room is back to normal. Now that that's done, I am about to go and get some coffee, and then I'm going to plan out the rest of my day. I know I want to do some filming and try and get some packing done for next week before we leave. So next week we are going to a church conference. It's like a church training conference. It's called ARC Conference, which stands for Association of Related Churches. And it's a training that just kind of helps you get prepared if you are starting or launching a church. It's really a 2-day conference. We are going to leave early on Wednesday morning. We're going to return on Friday. We're driving up and driving back. I am preparing to vlog that, so you will probably see that in next week's vlog. But for today, I do need to pack for that as well. Just to give you an update on what's going on with the church, we did find a location. We finally found a spot that I believe we're going to be in. We just have to sign the contract with that location and get it finalized. So whenever we do that, that's when I'm going to announce it. We'll probably do a vlog. I'll probably do a walkthrough, show you the space, show you where we're going to be. The second thing that we're doing is trunk or treat. It's going to be an activity that we're going to do with the kids where we have games and a movie night and different things that's available for them. Of course, it's all going to be free. It's going to be from like 5 p.m. till 7 p.m. so that people can just come out and enjoy and just have a little free family fun. So those are the main things that are coming up. This has been such an experience. I have been wanting to like vlog and pull out my camera more during this process, but things have been happening so quickly and things have been changing so quickly, and I'm already still really busy with the Organized Money as well and filming for the Organized Money. So I have just been trying to figure out how I'm going to balance it all. You know, I talk a lot about organization and planning and balancing but when you have a big change that's happening, like you have something that just does a major shift, it does take a while to kind of get adjusted, and that's where I am right now. I am trying to figure out how to balance the family, the new church, my business all together, and it takes some time to get used to. But once I get adjusted to that, we will have a regular uploading schedule. But for now, I am trying to upload at least once a week on this channel. I think that's it for now. Let's get some coffee.
I want to introduce the guest that we have with us today. On the front row is a church planter. His name is Torrey, and him and his wife are going to be planting Empowerment Church in January on the Westbank over in, I guess that's like Harvey, that area, yep. West Jeff High School. Come on, give it up for my friend, Torrey, Pastor Torrey.
So I have just finished filming, got 2 videos done for Organized Money, and now I am about to do some editing because we have to do a house blessing. I don't have a lot of time. I'll probably be able to do about 30 to 45 minutes of editing before we have to get ready to go. Just finished editing, me and the hubby.
Hey.
We're in the car. We are headed to the housewarming, house blessing. I might do a little bit of footage, but probably not too much in there because, you know, it's someone else's house. But
What? You're not gonna post the whole house on that?
I'm not. But we'll come back after it's over and kind of wrap everything up. All right, talk to y'all later. Oh, should I put it up?
Oh, you don't have to.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's so late. All right.
Whew.
I feel like we were in this exact same spot when we closed out last time. Maybe this is our just close out the video spot. But so today was a good day. It was a very good day. Hopefully I can add in a couple of clips from the housewarming. I didn't get a lot of footage. My battery ended up dying on my camera.
And we were eating.
And we were eating and we were fellowshipping
amazing food.
and we were having fun, and it was a great time.
It's a great time.
So how was your day?
You know what I'm learning though? I'm learning that this whole being a senior pastor thing, you know, it's a lot to do and a lot of things, but God, I love it so much.
You know, it's the people. It's like really, really fun to get to talk to people and to find out what's going on with them and fellowshipping. It's really fun.
Yeah.
So it was a good day. It was a really good day. We got a lot done, but I don't know, I just felt like it was a good day. So the next time we come on
ARC conference.
Yes, we're going to ARC conference. I have not packed anything. I know I told you guys that I was going to probably pack in this video. That just didn't happen. It was too much going on.
No.
But next week I will be sharing, so probably in next Monday's vlog, when we do this next week, we'll be sharing how our conference went. But until then, we will see you guys in our next one. You want to close it out?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Be encouraged. Be enlightened. And be empowered.
Ooh, that was deep.
Was that deep?
That was deep.
Do you think they like that? I think they'll like that.
Was that too deep? I felt like it was a little too deep.
Hopefully y'all can tell. We're a little tired. We're just a little tired.
Bye guys.